Welcome to another episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. Today, Willie and I and Pat and the whole crew travel to Kentucky, to an area known as Golden Pond. It's land between the lakes, the Wranglers Campground. I've heard about this for years. Viewers have called in and written in and said, you have to go visit Wranglers Campground, so we are. This is a beautiful place, one of the larger campgrounds that has everything that you need, and it's just perfect to ride. You can bring wagons and ride over 100 miles of trails here, or you can ride by horseback side by side. We have a lot of our friends and family from all over the rides that we've done for years. They're all here. We're going to have a great show. I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy another episode of Best of America by Horseback at Wranglers Campground here in Kentucky.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, Tom C. and guests are riding in Kentucky at Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area and camping at the Wranglers Campground. The Wranglers Equestrian Campground is located in Golden Pond, Kentucky, and rests in the heart of the Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. There are over 100 miles of designated horse trails, making this location a perfect choice to return to many times, riding different trails each visit.
Jamie, we're going to ride today on one of your favorite trails right along the river. Tell me about that trail.
It's Trail 1. It's one of our most popular trails for a couple of reasons. It's quite scenic. It follows right along the edge of Lake Barkley, so you've got water on the side of the trail the entire time, usually a good cool breeze, a lot of wildlife to view, but more importantly, it's a rather easy trail as far as difficulty goes. There's not a lot of rocks or hills, and it's just about the right length. It takes about 2 hours to get around.
Now, this campground is just amazing. It's laid out so flat, spacious. People aren't crowded together, and all the facilities that you have available. Let's talk about that. What can they expect when they come here?
Well, when they come in here, they can expect to have some room. That's one of the things that makes this place so appealing. We have 206 sites with utilities. Most of them are electric only. We do have a handful of sites that have water, but there are potable water hydrants throughout the campground. So if you're not lucky enough to get a site that has water, you're still going to be within a vicinity where you can fill your tank up.
Now, we're in my campsite. What are my options for taking care of my horse?
Got a couple of options. Each of the campsites come equipped with tethering poles, as you might see behind us here. You have to bring your own tie line, but we try to keep them clean as well, or you can reserve or rent a stall. We have 150 stalls per night. They're $8 per night.
So you can accommodate about anybody for any level riding and
just about, yeah. We've had riders from all ages and different levels of experience come through, different size trailers and campers, and we'll get calls asking if we can accommodate a rig that might be 40 to 50 feet, and the answer is always yes, we can.
Now you have a store. What's available here at the store?
The little camp store has a little bit of everything, but not much of nothing. As we like to say, you can come in and get some sweet tea or a drink and cool off, coffee in the mornings.
Ice cream?
Oh yeah, ice cream for sure. It's hard to keep ice cream. Now we sell some t-shirts and hats, and souvenirs, just snacks, or just maybe something you may have forgotten and you don't want to run all the way out to town to pick it up.
You have an incredible staff that is very friendly, and not, how do I do the words, not a fake friendly. They really are friendly.
They're genuine.
Enjoy what they do.
They're genuine, they are. They really care about this place, and most of them I picked up along the way as they were passing through camping, and they approached me about working here, and I brought them on. All of them are very familiar with horses and trails and a lot of the folks here, and it just seems to work out really well.
Great place for wagons, but also we have a lot of mules riding with us today.
We sure do. Yeah, we have plenty of mules that come through, all different breeds of horses and ponies, and from quarter horses to saddlebreds, Tennessee walkers, mules, wagons, teams. I've seen it all.
We'll have dinner tonight at the pavilion, and that's available for large groups or small groups as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just about anyone from the campground, or not just about, anyone from the campground is invited to the meal tonight.
And the bathhouses and bathrooms are clean, beautifully maintained. You feel at home. I've been to some campgrounds where, I don't know, but here it's just picture perfect.
Thank you. We try hard.
You're going to lead on this horse today?
I am. This is Clarabelle. She's a 16-year-old Palomino mare. I've had her for about 5 years and we get along really well.
Land Between the Lakes sits on the border of western Kentucky and Tennessee and was created in 1963 by President John F. Kennedy as a one-of-a-kind national demonstration area to show how a location with limited timber, agriculture, and industrial resources could be used as a recreational asset to stimulate economic growth through tourism and education. It opened to the public a year later, and for over 50 years has been a focal point for tourism in Kentucky for guests from all over to enjoy. The Wranglers Campground, one of many campgrounds in the National Recreation Area, is dedicated to equestrian use and activities. It is created especially for horseback riders, wagon drivers, and horse enthusiasts.
How do you make reservations? How do you do the check-in and special events?
Well, there's a couple of ways. We do take reservations. We have a call center that's open Monday through Thursday, or you can go on our website, www.landbetweenthelakes.us, make your reservations 24/7. We take them up to 6 months in advance. Not every site is available for reservation, but about 80% of the campground is reservable. That goes for cabins and stalls as well. And then when you get here, you go through our gatehouse. It's staffed. You just have your confirmation letter ready, or just stop by and chat, and they'll fit you on the best site that they think you'll like. Horse health documentation is required by the state of Kentucky. We do have concurrent jurisdiction with the state, so we will also follow their state rules and regulations. You can go on their website, KentuckyDepartmentofAgriculture.gov, to check for updates. Most of the time it is a current Coggins and health certificate.
The campground hosts over 200 sites, many with electrical, water, and sewer hookups available. Primitive campsites are also available, as well as 12 primitive rental cabins. Campers have access to modern restrooms and bathhouses and a store and gift shop. There are 6 barns conveniently located throughout the campground, totaling 150 horse stalls. There are also tie posts at different campsites for guests wishing to use high lines or picket their horses. For guests not bringing their own horses, the Rocking You Riding Stables in the Wranglers Campground is open April through October for guided horseback rides. They offer rides for any experience level rider and have a tack room and gift shop on site. For more information or to make a reservation, you can visit their Facebook, Rocking You Riding Stables, or call them at 270-924-2211.
You're watching Best of America by Horseback. We'll be right back.
Tom C. and guests are riding in Kentucky at Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area and camping at the Wranglers Campground.
Now, are you open year-round or?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have peak seasons in the spring and the fall, obviously because of the weather. You know, it gets cool and people want to ride once it gets a little hotter. Not so many folks want to get out and ride, and then of course in the wintertime it slows down. But we are open year-round. We do get a lot of hunters and even some folks who want to brave the cold in the wintertime and come ride. We have some special closures during hunting season, primarily the gun hunts for deer, the deer quota hunts. It's usually just a couple of weekends a year, and we will close certain sections off for safety reasons and also to give the hunters their weekend where they can hunt peacefully and don't have horseback riders riding in on them.
Yeah, what do they hunt here? What's available?
Primarily deer and turkeys are popular game species here. Squirrels are very popular, especially among the horseback riders. December, January, and February is open to small game season, and a lot of people love to ride horses and hunt with their dogs.
During our visit, Tom had a chance to talk with guests about riding at Land Between the Lakes.
I love the campground, I love the facilities, but it's just, like, there's so much water and just a variety. We see wildlife, and there's just a variety of trails here to do.
I watched you ride today. Your horse is perfect. Where did it come from? Did you raise it? Did you train it yourself?
I actually bought her from a ranch in Montana when she was a weanling, 4 months old, and I raised her myself and trained her, and she's just really turned out. I ponied her on the trails here. The trails here were fabulous for me to pony her on and raise her here, get her used to a lot of different things crossing.
How many years ago did you get married and y'all went and camped under that tree over there with just a mattress
45 years ago.
45 years ago. Didn't have live-in horse trailers and all that?
No.
Nope.
We
Brought
had
what
a
you could?
mattress and the stars.
And y'all, 45 years.
That's how long we've been married.
Now, your hobby, and I love to tease you about this because my wife was a marine biology major and she loves to scuba dive. You're a very ardent scuba diver and you dive as well. But which one is the horse enthusiast more than the other? Is that you?
Yeah, that's her.
That's her.
That's me.
So you just get to go on adventures everywhere she decides to go.
I get to shovel.
You get to shovel. And what is the secret to being so happy after so many years together? You know, a lot of people have difficulties in their lives with health and finances or a lot of things, but you guys just have it together. What's the secret to your happiness?
A lot of forgiveness. A lot of forgiveness.
It sounds like you've been in trouble a lot. No, but y'all just love being together and doing things together, just as a team.
Tom and Best of America by Horseback staff cooked an outdoor dinner for their guests between rainstorms. In spite of numerous storms on Saturday, dinner was held in the outdoor pavilion, including Tom's ugly potatoes. Fried potatoes and onions with green peppers on the side. They do look ugly, but they were a crowd pleaser. Dinner was a time to relax and socialize. We always love seeing friends and meeting new riders during these rides.
We were talking at dinner. What are some of the names of the trails that were here years ago?
We had the John Wayne and the Roy Rogers and the Gene Autry, Annie Oakley. Thank you.
Now, they've done away with those names now, and they're just loop trails. They name them, you know, Loop 1 or Loop 2 or whatever. What was your favorite trail when you started
The John
riding?
Wayne Trail.
Now, where did that go?
I believe, I'm not 100% sure now, it's been a while, but there used to be one that rode down into Tennessee and then came back. I don't know if that was the John Wayne or not.
Now, we're in Kentucky, and you just said the trail just kind of looped down through Tennessee.
Yes.
That's kind of long.
Yeah, it was an all-day ride.
It's an all-day ride. I've done coast to coast, but just for a weekend ride, state to state, it's pretty interesting. Tell me about your horse.
It's a paint gelding, about 18 years old.
How long have you had him?
It was a rescue horse. I've had him about 3 years now. So,
Is he the best horse you ever had?
one of the best, yes.
And he can do any of the trails here?
Yes, he does. He's a very good trail horse.
I had people tell me about Wranglers Campground, and over the years, and we just never got here. And I'm kind of embarrassed at how beautiful it is. It's laid out, it's spacious, and so forth. Is this your favorite place to ride?
Yes.
You've ridden here before.
Yes.
How did you discover this place? Do you live nearby?
We live about 2.5 hours from here, and we had some friends. Back then, it was about 20 years ago, we had young children, and we were just getting ready, riding the horses and 4-H horse club and things, and people told us about it, so we come down here and stayed in the cabins at that time.
Now, you're staying in your horse trailer now?
Yes, sir.
So they've got everything that you need, plugs, hookups.
Oh yeah, sewer system. We always like to stay in B because they have water, electric, and sewer over there.
Your favorite trail here? I think there's 170,000 acres around here.
Right.
Your favorite trail?
Number one, the one we rode on today. It takes you out over Lake Barkley. You have some beautiful views. And, you know, we have a few rock formations, the hills and the valleys and the creeks that we pass. So it's real nice.
Now, which one of you is more horse crazy than the other?
Yeah.
I would say me, yeah.
Yeah, he loves
But you enjoy it.
Yeah, I do.
Now, the horses you have you had them long?
No, the one I have, I've only had for about a month. And so we're just now getting to know each other. So it was a little bit of a challenge today.
Were you worried?
No, not really. Just
For people that have never been here, what should they expect? What should they look for? Why should they come here?
The trails are really nice. They're really well marked. They're wide. They're wide enough. A lot of them are for trailers, for wagons with a team of horses. The people here are they're so friendly. They're easy to work with. The people you camp next to become good friends. It's real welcoming, and the trails are just there are some easy trails and there's some difficult trails, so you have a variety of them.
Now, when you ride here, what's your favorite trail?
Well, the one that's most ridden, that people like the most, is the Lakeshore Trail that we took today, because it's pretty any time of the year.
When you ride horses in a place like this, you don't worry about what's going on in the rest of the world, do you?
No, it clears your mind.
And you get to ride with some real nice people.
Real nice people.
How long do you think you'll ride?
I hope I can ride another 25 years.
I believe you're going to actually do it.
I hope so.
There's some real nice people here, and it's a pleasure having you ride with us here on the show.
It's a pleasure to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of America by Horseback will be right back with more from Land Between the Lakes in Kentucky. Welcome back. Best of America by Horseback's Tom C. is riding with viewers at Wranglers Campground at Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area in Kentucky.
We have more and more people asking if there is a place that they can bring their wagons, their horses and wagons. What are the opportunities here for that?
Oh, wow. We have 100 miles of designated horse, 100 miles, approximately 100 miles of horse and wagon use. So that means all of our trails are two-track. They're basically roads. They're wide enough for a wagon. We get a lot of wagon use with ponies and teams of mules and horses from all ages, from young folks to older folks who can't ride anymore or just prefer to get out on their wagons.
During our visit, we had the opportunity to see an old tobacco barn located on one of the horse trails. And this barn, used for drying tobacco leaves, has been standing strong for decades. This old barn, along with a shed and an old chicken coop, is all that remains of what was once a working tobacco farm. Today, riders using the horse trails can take a break at the picnic tables located next to the tobacco barn during their trail ride. While we were taking a break, Derry Parker, part of the United States Forest Service Apprentice Program, showed us a mobile app you can download to your cell phone that will allow you to know exactly where you are on the trails.
So we have the map, and this is the actual trail map. As you can tell, that blue dot, that is me. That is exactly where we are located at this given time, at the tobacco barn, off of Trail 7. If you'll notice down at the very bottom, I don't know if you can or not, but that actually gives the GPS coordinates to my exact location. The reason that this is an asset to us here, the employees here at the Forest Service and at Wranglers Campground, is that if you're out on a trail, if you have this app downloaded, you're out on a trail and you come into trouble, you can actually use that GPS coordinate when you call in for help. And it helps our response time to you. Other than that, you've got, you do not have to use, it's all based on satellite, so you don't have to worry about having service to find out where you're at. You've always got it at the palm of your hand. So it's a pretty neat app, and it's a real asset to us here.
They encourage guests to use this app called Avenza Maps on the trails at Land Between the Lakes for convenience and safety. It is a useful tool to have in case of emergencies, so help will know exactly where to find you. If you would like to learn more about planning a trip to Wranglers Campground and Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area in Golden Pond, Kentucky, you can call them at 270-924-2201 or visit their website, landbetweenthelakes.us.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Best of America by Horseback at Wranglers Campground here in Kentucky. If you'd like to follow us or maybe join us on future rides, visit our website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, or our Facebook page. See where we're going to be. Maybe you'd like to join us, and I'd love to have you ride with us. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.